How are you guys doing today? Today is a good day. I hope everyone has been having a wonderful week. Whether you're watching the replay or you're watching me live, I really do hope and pray that you have been having a wonderful week. Um, this week has been quite interesting for me. There are a lot of things that have changed, and I'm transitioning into new things. So, change is sometimes always good, but one thing we do know is that change is the only thing that's constant, right? So, I am going to go ahead and just jump right in. But before I do that, I would like to welcome each and every one of you to Wind Down Wednesdays with Javita. Oh, that's nice and delicious. So welcome everyone to Wind Down Wednesdays. I am Javita, and I help single moms go from feeling powerless and fearful to devising a plan to help build her network and her net worth so that she can reduce stress, find time for herself, and just live a life full of love and abundance. I just love empowering women to live confident, authentic lives unapologetically. So I am going to go ahead. Let's get started. I said that before, but I'll say it again, right? So today's topic is learn to love who you see in the mirror. Learn to love who you see in the mirror. At first, I was thinking about just asking you guys a question about, do you really like what you see? Like, do you like who you see when you look in the mirror? Do you? Hey, Lynette. Hey, Mary. Do you like who you see when you look in the mirror? I know for me, I love who I see when I look in the mirror. Now, there are some days I just can't stand who I see in the mirror, and that's just being real, and we have to be real and honest with ourselves, because there are those days that we just don't like who we see, but we love who we see. We have to embrace the spirit of love. We have to love who we see, because when we love ourselves, it just goes out into the universe and you get love in return. So you just have to remember that. So you have to just think about, like, when you look in that mirror, whether it be like a full body mirror or just a half mirror, whatever the case may be, when you look in that mirror, you have to love who you see. And if you don't love who you see, you need to learn to love who you see. And that takes time, because some of us have been through some traumatizing things that may cause us not to love who we see in the mirror. And it shows. Like, it really, really shows. It comes out in your attitude. It comes out in your lack of smiling. It comes out in your walk. It comes out in your talk. It comes out when you, like, surround yourself with people. That energy, people can feel that. So when you don't love yourself, trust and believe, people know. They may not say anything to you, but they know. So you have to learn to love yourself, so you can just create that just loving environment around you each and every day, every second that you get. Sometimes you might have to check yourself and go, and like I said, you always got to be real with yourself. You might have to go check yourself and be like, all right, chick, what's really going on? What's your problem here? What are you, like, putting out there? Because what you put out there is what you get. So you have to, like, really learn to love. And I wish I can tell you how to learn that, but that's something you have to want to do. You have to want to love yourself. You have to want that, because if you don't love yourself, it shows in the relationships that you have. And I'm not speaking of just romantic relationship. It shows in a relationship with your children, your spouse, your friends, your sisters, your mother, your father, your grandparents, your aunts, your uncles, just everybody. It shows. And you don't think it shows, but then when you have a whole bunch of people who don't know how to love what they see in the mirror, then you have a whole bunch of mess. Like, you really have a whole bunch of mess, because none of you know, and you're just thinking this is the norm. But when you learn to love what you see in the mirror, and then you put yourself back into that environment, you're going to really realize that this ain't the environment for you. Like, you don't want to be in that environment. You don't want to, because it's not conducive for love, right? So you have to learn to truly love what you see in the mirror. Like when I talk about your behavior, when I was younger, growing up, I had a serious attitude problem, right? And some people might say that I still have that attitude problem today, but we're gonna take a sip on that and learn that away. But anyway, but I did. I had this serious attitude problem, and now, in retrospect, when I think back over my life, I can't say that I didn't love myself, but I think there is some lack of love for myself. I would say that. There was some lack of it, or I didn't acknowledge the fact of how much I did love myself, because I had this one counselor tell me one day, and it was a summer camp counselor, I believe, and she said, your attitude will determine your altitude. And at first, I'm like, all right, whatever. I don't know what she was talking about. But the older I got, the more I realized that she was right, because I was putting out that type of energy and I was getting it in return. And I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I didn't love it. So I learned to like love who I see in the mirror. I learned to love me. Now, there have been times throughout my entire life where I have stopped loving me or stopped putting me first and taking care of me. But at the same token, I had to learn to get over that and overcome it. And like I said, you have to learn it on your own. It's nothing written in stone to say this is how you do this. It's nothing written like that. But you have to learn to love who you see in the mirror. So I'm just like, it's just crazy when you really think about it. When you learn to love who you see in the mirror, it's just really crazy, because once you do that, and like I said, you go back into like these different atmosphere, different environments, and it's just, you just don't want to be a part of it. It's like, I don't even belong here anymore. It's, and I can give you an example. It doesn't have nothing to do with love though, but the example is, for me, the club scene, right? I used to go to the clubs to have things to do, but I really don't like it. Like, I don't like it anymore. So I stay away from the club scene, because I just don't like it. It does mean nothing. And I get nothing out of it. I mean, I may have fun, a little bit of fun, because I promise myself to have fun every time I go anywhere, but I just choose not to go because I would rather do something else. So like I said, that part doesn't have to do with learning to love yourself, but it's learning to make a change. So, when you're in an environment that you don't like being in, then you have to change within, because that's the only thing that you can change is who you are and how you respond and where you go in that. So that's why you still have to learn to love yourself along the way. And it's a concept that a lot of us don't truly understand. It took me a while to understand. I'm 40 something. Actually, no, not 40 something, but I am 41 years old. And it's taken me a long time to get to the point where I'm okay with me. I'm okay. I love me. I don't like me sometimes, but I love me. And I love me enough to generate that to me. And the more and more I give love to myself and then give love to others, the more and more that comes back to me. Like this past year, there have been so many people that have come into my life, and it's been nothing but positive people. Like, no negativity has come. I'm knocking on wood because I want it to stay that way, right? But it's nothing but positive people who wants to lift me up, help support me, and stuff like that. So I the more I focus on learning to love who I see in the mirror, the more that reflection comes out in my environment. And I am so grateful for that. I know my grandmother, mother, everybody probably prayed for me, and I appreciate it. And I need them to continue to pray for me because this is still growing. I'm a work in progress. But in order for me and for you to live your next level life, you have to learn to love who you see in the mirror. It's just that simple. It's going to take a process. Don't get me wrong, because how you handle things, your body, your smile, you have to learn to love all those little things, not just the big thing. Like, you have to learn to love who you see in the mirror, but you also have to learn to love your smile, love your eyes, love your voice, love your hair, love just everything about you from head to toe. Because once you do that, then you are starting the process to learn to love yourself. And you are opening the door for the possibility of others to come in and love you back the way you deserve to be loved. All right? So that's all I have for you guys. Hey, Lee and Bridget, I thank you kindly for joining me today on Wind Down Wednesdays with Javita. Hold on, I got to pause. Okay, so thank you kindly. And if I can be of any help to anyone, feel free to schedule some time to talk with me. My schedule is out there. It's open to schedule it. It's easier for you to do that than for us to play phone tag and trying to get with each other, right? So the link is www.chatwithjavita.info. Again, I thank you guys, and please start the process. If you don't already love who you see in the mirror, start the process today to go love who you see in the mirror. And if you have to just speak it, speak that into you. Speak that affirmation, because it does. The more and more you love yourself, the more and more great things will come to you. It's not going to be easy, because there's going to be some stuff, because the devil is busy, but just continue doing you. All right. Thank you. And I will see you, yes, next week, same time for Wind Down Wednesdays. Love you guys. Bye. Thank you guys for joining. I appreciate it.